ever done something you shouldn't have and thought no one would know? Then days, weeks, or even months later, your parents ask you about it? How do they know everything? Well, my parents have always said there isn't anything I can sneak by them or any questions I can't ask them because they've been in my shoes. The temptations and bad habits of a teenager are endless. To name them all would take forever. However, we all know what they are, and most of us have already encountered some of them and possibly gave in to them. The Bible tells us that there are things we can do to avoid these situations. Have you ever heard the saying, "You are the company you keep"? 1 Corinthians 15:33 says, "Do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character." Being around people who continuously talk bad, get into trouble, or treat others badly can eventually make us do some of those things. If we pay attention to these people, pay attention to the people we spend a lot of time with, we can avoid putting ourselves in bad situations. Also, we are always trying to do right. We can be the good example to those doing wrong. Secondly, if we trust in the Lord with all our hearts and submit to Him, He will make our path straight. Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6. Sometimes our minds are clouded by our own personal wants and lack of trust in the Lord. If we make it a good habit to consider if an action is godly, He will lead us down the right path. Lastly, we as Christians need to learn self-control. You see, sometimes you think you don't have a choice to do what your friends are doing. The truth is, you always have a choice. It just may not be what you want or what your friends want. You may take teasing from your friends, but it's like this. Life is like running a race. In the end, we are running for a crown that lasts forever. 1 Corinthians 9:25. Just like playing football, my goal is to win the game. We have a playbook and are told what play to run. But if I choose to run my own play, or us as a team decide what we want to do, instead of what the coach says, we might not be a winner instead. In the end, the game that is only important for a season and doesn't last for eternity. The crown of life does. So our self-control needs to be on point so that we can always choose the best path to lead us to the crown of life. In the end, that is the trophy that matters. You may think when you do something bad your parents won't find out. However, our Heavenly Father knows and sees all. Jeremiah 16:17. The real thing we should be thinking about is how we are going to answer to God at judgment and what we need to do to please Him.